The apprenticeship route was pretty novel, I would say, for our school in general. So you would go into upper sixth and careers, and apprenticeships weren't really talked about. It was only the uni route. And for me and Olivia, we definitely didn't want to go into full-time uni. So once our teachers were made aware of this, they helped us with finding things. But especially when it came to like the interview processes or application forms, it was a bit of trial and error, trying to work out how to do it, to do the research on our own. So when our teacher suggested Workplus, that really helped. And it almost encouraged some of our friends when they saw that we were so ready to do an apprenticeship instead of going to university. Some of them applied for apprenticeships, and even the ones in the year below. There's two that we would stay in touch with in particular, and they're both doing apprenticeships as well.
That's good. So there's been a real increase in that way of doing things. Has it been difficult being an apprentice, working and learning at the same time?
We're encouraged to communicate openly if we find that we're under pressure, or maybe we've got too much uni work on and need a bit of extra support. Mm-hmm. So although, yes, you do need to balance work life, uni life, and also having that time outside of that to relax, the support is there, and all you need to do is say when you need a bit of an extra hand.
Great.
Definitely requires a little bit of organisation though, to try and prep, make sure that you're starting coursework well in advance, and that even just making your managers aware of the deadlines that you have so they know when you need support is really helpful.
In terms of the course, you mentioned you did software systems development, and the course that you've been doing at Ulster University, isn't that right? How has that supported you in your job then day to day?
I would almost say that my job has helped me with uni.
Okay,
I've learned so much through work that when it comes into uni, when we're starting coding or learning different languages, those principles that you gain in work really help with the uni modules.
Yeah.
Though this year in particular, for our final year, some of the modules that we have picked up, if there were small things that you weren't quite grasping at work because you're learning the theory behind it, it does gel quite well and helps cement that learning. So even though we both found that you learn a lot from doing it, at the experience from work, having uni there and the research and materials that it gives you a bit of a backup if there is something that you need to go and take a bit more time over to understand it fully.
Yeah. So whenever we started working with, it was Kairos at the time, now it's Teamworks. Daniel Hendry was really keen on this pathway. He was self-taught to come into the industry as well. So I don't think he even went to university and did software computing. So how have you seen, you mentioned about the supportive culture, but how has that helped you to thrive in your apprenticeship, do you think?
Straight from the beginning, the focus was put on the experience and learning from doing things. So when it came to, we didn't have that same uni pressure that you might have done if that was your only route, where you were solely focused on uni. But having the different focus of being able to learn through doing, you're really able to put your time and take extra time to figure out why things aren't working, to do your own research. And we are given the time to do that. It's not all, there isn't a pressure on deadlines as such. If it does take us a bit longer to learn something, then we're given the space to do that. And it means that in the future, then we can do our jobs better.
Great.
Our very first project, we were given just a wide open brief that we were given a tech stack to use, but we were told to go off, find a new idea that you're excited about, and then build a web app that would meet that. And it was daunting at first because we'd never done something like that. But right through the whole, we were doing workshops with our managers to gradually guide us along until we demoed it to our teammates. And it was really, really good. It was really satisfying at the end to know that you started from the beginning and then look where you've come.
So good to hear. And again, whenever I was chatting to Daniel about Teamworks coming and buying Kairos, and you're obviously you're part of that, your expertise, I think that the folks from the US that came over couldn't quite get their head around the fact that you had come straight from school at the age of 18, isn't that right?
Yeah.
And straight in and adding value from day one. And there's often a conversation about how long does it take for an apprentice to add value to a business. And I remember talking to Daniel or Andrew or Gareth and just saying it was from day one. He brought fresh ideas and perspectives. So that's real encouragement. You know, it really is great to see that coming through. And
from day one, you do feel valued and that your opinions are respected. And yeah, it's definitely a really collaborative environment.
So tell us a bit about teamworks. And so what are you actually using? Your teamwork, your listening skills, communication, your coding skills. What are you actually doing with that then on a day-to-day basis?
So day-to-day, it could look like doing new feature work, bug fixes. When it comes to new feature work, we might come into the office, discuss new ideas, or do some pair programming with each other. I mean, at the minute, we're on the same project, so it's quite nice working from home with each other and then getting Amy on, the other apprentice, on the call so we can really talk about new ideas and work through problems together. And then as well, we also been able to do group projects at uni. All of those skills, presentation skills, come in handy when it comes to those kind of assignments as well.